road to the Canadian federal election. Joining us, Carol Stephenson, former dean of the Ivey Business School at Western University, now corporate director on the boards of RB Global and Mattamy Homes. Carol, we were talking before the break about the economic issues that ultimately are going to win the hearts and minds of voters. Give us a sense on what you think are ultimately going to be the key issues that resonate.
Well, I think it's often been said that elections are won at the kitchen table. So, voters are looking at affordability issues. I'm not sure exactly what all the promises are that will be made, but I am concerned, actually, about making promises when I don't think we can afford a lot of things such as income tax reductions on personal income tax. The reason I say that is there's a lot that we have facing us, such as defense spending. There's a lot we have to pay for that we hadn't thought about before. So I think really holding feet to the fire on promises and hopefully getting the PBO to cost out all these promises before the election is held, I think is going to be really important.
I guess the big question, obviously, we've spoken to you many times about some of the fiscal concerns for Canada over the longer term, but when we are staring into an unknown with our most important trading partner, I do wonder at the end of the day if the fear of what could be in the short term will ultimately be a bigger issue for Canadians versus the cost of any additional spending over the long term.
I think it will be a big issue, John. And when you look at the Conference Board just came out with a report. They had taken a survey in beginning of March, and consumer confidence has never been as low as it is now since they started recording it. And business confidence and their willingness to invest is also low. And the troubling part about that is people then defer discretionary spending. They're not going to buy the house. They're not going to make the business investment that they need to grow. So confidence is really important, and confidence is also a forerunner often to a recession. So while I think it's easy and I understand why people would want to just sort of look at the pocketbook issues, I really think the economic issues, our GDP is really important per capita. It's been going down the last 2 years. All the issues that we've been talking about in the past, they haven't gone away. And they're going to be exacerbated if we don't actually take the opportunity right now to make some decisions that will get our economy back on track and take control, essentially, of our own lives. I mean, interprovincial tariffs is such a easy example. We've been talking about eliminating those for years, and we're still talking. And that's a couple points in the GDP. That just seems to me something that we should be doing, and let's use this opportunity to make some of these decisions that we probably wanted to make a few years ago, but politics got in the way.
It certainly does always get in the way. Political capital has to be spent, I suppose, as seen fit. So on that subject of confidence, even the visual of it, does it matter more which of these parties and respective leaders can try to find the best path forward with U.S. President Donald Trump, or is it the leader who can make the most inroads with our provincial counterparts in actually bringing some of those border realities to an end? Or is it the leader that can, find a way to actually show some tangible ways to connect with business, with some of these big projects to, boost productivity, which you're referencing, which, look, the reality is it's great that there's a dialogue around that, but a lot of that still has a long road towards becoming a reality once you decide you're going to focus on that.
Yeah, I want the leader that can do both. Okay. I want feel confident in their decision-making, in their ability to negotiate trade deals, for example. But you can't just take strictly a short-term approach. And, I would say that we've been guilty of doing that in the past. And finally, the chickens are home to roost, as they say. And we're saying, oh my God, we need to diversify our trade partners. Oh, we need to get our minerals out of the ground. Oh, and we should process them too. So it's got to be a balance between short-term and long-term. And I think businesses understand that. In fact, they're dealing with that themselves. They're looking at how do we continue on a growth projectile, but also balancing the issue of consumers lacking confidence and all the other issues, that the tariffs, et cetera, that they're dealing with. But any business that's successful, I think, looks at the short and the long term, and certainly the ones that I'm involved with are doing exactly that.
Yeah, that's where I wanted to end. Can you just give us sort of a broader window? I think the outside of how consumers feel and how their behavior is impacted by the uncertainty right now, we're getting into that stretch where companies are starting to share revised outlooks if they feel the need based on the uncertainty. How does that play out in the boardroom? How much benefit of the doubt can you give to the politicians that are steering this uncertainty before the company itself has to come out as a public business and state that we have to change our own outlook because of this short-term uncertainty?
Yeah, well, planning right now around the boardroom is very difficult. In fact, I won't say it's impossible, but you can turn up a lot of manpower if you keep doing, strategic plan and fiscal plan, month after month. So you got to, settle on a future and a budget, and then you work towards that. But if the economy turns so much that plan cannot be executed upon, you owe it to your shareholders to tell them that and tell them why the uncertainty. So I think business is kind of in a period of, April 2nd is going to be a big day, but in a period of sort of wait and see what is this really going to be like, because as we all know, things have been changing day to day. But then they'll have a plan, they'll execute on that plan, and if it continues to get worse, they will have to disclose their thoughts on the outlook.